We can also use the invert level program on in-ground drainage, which can give a good description of what the invert level and the depth of the pipe is. So if we were to put in some pits, let's just put in some 900 pits. Oops. And we said we want one there, one there. And if we link those pits up with a stormwater line, okay, what we want to do is we want to start up on the upstream end up here, and we can run a start invert level, and we'll use the finished floor level. We can use just invert level, but finished floor level gives us a bit more information on how deep the pipe is if we run it this way. So finished floor level, we can start with 1% for stormwater. We can say this is a 300mm pipe, and the spacing now is in relation to the depth of cover over the top of the pipe. So if we said we wanted 300mm cover over the top of the pipe as well, we type 300 in there, and the soffit RL will just make that what the finish RL is. So we're going to say it's 17 and the floor RL is 17. So what we can do now is we can put an invert level in, and you can see there our invert has been worked out, and we're 600mm below the finished floor level. So what we can do now is we can come in here and put another invert level here. We want to tidy that up, and we can put invert levels on the upstream ends of each of the lines. So we'll move this to here, and now what we can do is we can run a check on these invert levels. So we can go, okay, we'll pick on that, and we'll run it at 1%, run it down, there, change this one. Okay, so we can see that we've achieved the fall. Now what we want to do is want to copy this, bring it down and move the leader. Now what we want to do here is we want to achieve a 50, well let's make it 100mm drop in each pit. So we'll bump it down 100. Okay, so you can see we've achieved that, and now what we want to do is we want to run it down to the next upstream pit at 1%. Okay, and now what we do is we copy this one down, bump it down 100mm, and now we want to check it to the next downstream pit. No, we should have had one of these here. Now we can check this one down. Okay, and now we want to bump this one down, which will be for the outlet of this pit. Bump it down 100, and now we can run a check to the last pit. So we check that. So, and then if our outlet, stormwater outlet comes out here, we know exactly what we're going to be by just bumping this one down 100mm. So we can say let's bump it down 100. So there we go, that's our invert level and our depth to our invert level from the finished floor level. What we can also do is, if the RL here changes to, let's say the RL here is 16, we know we don't have any cover over our pipe here, so we can quickly work out to achieve the same sort of cover on on this invert level here, what we can do is we can basically drop this down 8 millimeters quickly, and we're at the RL. We can edit the RL if we want to, so we can say, okay, well the new RL now is 16, and we can see that we've got no cover on the pipe, so really all we want to do is we just want to bump it down 600, so 600 down. So really all these other ones just want to bump down 608, I think it was. So bang, bang, bang. And then we could, the only thing we need to do then is edit the rest of these invert levels for RL. So we can go through and change the 4 to 16, because there's a grade in the road there, so let's actually get the correct depth. So you can see how that's very powerful, and you know, we can use that for stormwater and sewer and all different grades, and yeah, it's just very exact way to do invert levels without having to use a ruler and calculator. Yeah, just minimal mistakes. It's just, yeah, I don't think there's too much better way to do things in 2D as far as putting the invert levels on and coordination. So hope that helps.